Hi, so I'm back at it with apples again. I've got so much to get through and they're starting to get a bit manky in storage, so because I've not stored them very well. So I'm just gonna make, I think, some applesauce, some apple pie filling, maybe an apple crumble. I'm not really, I'm looking at a recipe, I'm referencing it, but I'm just sort of winging it. I just want to just make as much as possible and freeze some. I'm not gonna arse about with canning today after last week. It's I have to be in the right mindset and it's so time consuming, so I'm just gonna chop and peel some of these apples and just stick them on the hob for a bit. So this recipe is asking me to add 50 grams of sugar. I don't know if it needs sugar. Let's see. I'll add a little bit. They're quite sweet already. When I see a lot of sugar needs to be added to a recipe, I tend to add a fraction of it. So it said 50, but I think about 15 is fine. There's plenty. I think I put in more apples than I asked for, but I'm not too bothered about that. I didn't put any in this recipe. It asked for 450 grams of apples. I've put in far more, and it wanted 50 grams of sugar and 2 tablespoons or 2 dessert spoons of water. So it's a lot less water than last time, and it's more sugar than last time. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. So I'll give this a stir and stick it on the hob. And then same as last time, I'm just keeping my apple peelings and apple core just to make apple scrap vinegar. So the recipe says as soon as the apple breaks down, take it off the heat and beat it with a wooden spoon into like a kind of puree, and that's the applesauce made. So it's very different from last time. I stuck it through the liquidizer and I added way too much water, so hopefully this one's got a lot more flavour. And I think I'll just stick it in the fridge. I add it to things like porridge oats in the morning, so and also yogurt in the evening. So I'm just trying to get through all these apples at the minute. But yeah, it looks and smells lovely. these are my apple crumble apples. I've added 1 tablespoon of water and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. So this is really embarrassing, but last weekend I made 2 apple crumbles for the purpose, well, because we wanted apple crumble, but also was documenting it for YouTube. And then, I don't know why, I think I got distracted with like making dinner and doing other things, cooked the apple crumble and didn't record what it looked like after it was cooked, just sort of edit with my partner. And then we had the second one the following day, and again, cooked it, ate it, didn't record it, didn't record the final result. So I'm like, you know, I want to complete this YouTube video properly and show what it looks like. So I'm going to cook another apple crumble today. I've decided I'm going to cook it in the stove because it just saves electricity. You know, you're cooking it for like up to 30 minutes, so I may as well, you know, cook it in here. It's a little bit cheaper than sticking, you know, the electric oven on. I'm going to build a fire and do that instead. So here we go. I'll be honest, I'm not the best at building fires, so I'm still kind of gaining experience with that. But it is a good skill. This is a good skill to have, and this is like my little backup stove. When we moved house, I purposely, oh my goodness, when we moved house, I purposely wanted something that I could cook on like this, just for like, you know, potential power cuts, emergencies. You know, I don't want to be completely, you know, we are quite dependent, you know, we do mostly cook on the electric, you know, gas hob electric oven, but isn't it nice to have a backup within the house, not just cooking outside? So so we have started using this a bit more. I know my partner bakes bread and he cooks it in this oven, which is really nice. And there's just something lovely about a stove fire, definitely. I've made another crumble for the purpose of this video, and I'm only just making one because that will fit in our little wood-burning stove. I've used the last of the applesauce that I made last week, which was very nice, by the way. I prefer it chunkier definitely than pureed, than liquidized. But because I didn't have quite enough for this dish, I've added in some blackberries. So these are from our garden. We had a glut this year, so I put that in the freezer and I've just been defrosting them bit by bit. So it's going to be an apple and blackberry crumble, and I've made just enough crumble for just to top off this little one. That was like a good idea because I might have it. Definitely one of those people that likes crumble topping almost more than the filling, so I know this is a lot, but I don't care. I forgot just how long it takes for this to heat up. We have like a little monitor so we know when it's at optimum temperature, but when we switch it to the oven setting, it's sort of like the heat flows through. So obviously you need it really well fired up. It felt like watching paint dry. You just take electric ovens and that for granted. So, yeah, it makes you really appreciate turning on an electric oven with this switch of a button instead of waiting ages for a fire to get going. But really grateful that we've got this, because we have had power cuts, short ones, but it's just knowing that it's we've got a cooking source inside. I'm gonna give it about maybe 30 minutes or so. There's not numbers on this, but I know like the yellow, like the pointers on the yellow section of this, which means it's about sort of 180 degrees Celsius. So I'll keep an eye on that, but I'll probably give it maybe like 20-30 minutes in the oven and see what it looks like. But yeah, something a bit different. First time cooking apple crumble in the little stove, so yeah, it'll be nice. So this had about 25 minutes in the stove oven. The stove oven got really hot in the end. Even though I turned the stove off at the little dial, you know, it still stays hot, so it was going above 200 degrees, so I thought I'd better turn it off. So yeah, it's well cooked. I'll probably taste it in a little bit, but yeah, happy with this. And good to use up the applesauce as well. I think my next job now is to go and cut some wood down. We do have a good amount of wood supply at the minute, but the downside of this oven, I love it, I do love it, it's so cute, and you know, it was the only one that would fit. It's the only stove oven that would fit this chimney breast, but the downside is that it's quite a small firebox, so the standard logs of wood that we get supplied to us, delivered to us, they don't fit. They don't fit inside, they're just too big, the door won't shut. So we have to chop it down manually, which is a bit of a pain when you order pre-cut wood, but they do say that chopping wood warms you twice, so I'm going to get outside and do a bit of that, and that might make the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd be so grateful if you could hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one.